four pillars, guys. Restoring the family as the centerpiece of American life and protect our children. Restoring the family as the centerpiece of American life and protect our children. That's number one. Number two, dismantle the administrative state and return self-governance to the American people. Three, defend our nation's sovereignty, borders, and bounty against global threats. And four, secure our God-given individual rights to live freely, what our Constitution calls the blessings of liberty. You're muted, partner. You're muted. You're muted. We can't hear you. You're muted. There you go.
Yeah, we are back and we are live. I know you missed it. I know you missed it. I know you missed it. Don't lie. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back and we are live. It is Rumble on Rumble. I am your co-host, FW Mike, and alongside me, it is the man, the myth, the legend, DJ Protocol.
The pissed off black man is in the building.
DJ Protocol.
I'm the pissed off black man today.
Why are you mad? Man, I talked to you earlier. You're like, I'm having a great day. I was like,
yeah, I literally got pissed off during our intro.
What did I do? Is the intro too old? I'm working on it.
It wasn't you. It wasn't you. What's up, Amy? It wasn't you. Check your Facebook Messenger. Okay. Check your Facebook Messenger. Download that photo and bring it up. It's getting close.
Shout out to everybody in the chat.
It's getting close. We're like 20-something days away, and it is getting fucking close.
Well, they're doing too much already. First of all, shout out to It's Just Me, one of the soldiers holding it down legitimately as well. By the way, guys, I was so excited. Side note, before we get into it, because he's going to be mad, we're going to get off. I wanted to celebrate a couple of things. Wanted to celebrate coming back. Thank you guys for returning with us, but Pro can't be upset.
Appreciate y'all.
Bro, don't tell Pro what he can or can't. Look, here's the thing you learn, being Pro's friend, is that you can suggest, you can give him reasons. And that's the cool thing. He'll listen. And a lot of times he's like, I may disagree, but you've outweighed my opinion, so we'll ride this way. He's a very intelligent man. But yeah, you can't tell him what he cannot do. It's just not how it rolls. The world does need a happy Pro. I absolutely agree with that. You know what I'm saying?
I want to be happy Pro. You guys all understand. I really want to be happy Pro. But, when you have Fuckerberg out here being a Fuckleberg.
Yeah. All right. So let's bring it up. Shout out to the chat. We're glad to have you here. And
so
bam.
You guys got to share the stream. Share the stream because I obviously can't share the stream. Okay. Obviously, I can't share the fucking stream.
I don't understand. So we back at it. It goes against our community standards on spam? What?
All I did was share the link.
And this is our live stream. Yeah.
This is us right now. I shared the link at 7:41 EST. Says we're back at it. Yeah, make that big. Yeah, no homo. Pause. No Diddy.
Because I was
Yeah,
checking the live stream to see if I'm live on it. Click, come on, there we go.
yeah.
I was checking the live stream to see if I was still. I mean, because like you're sharing a stream that is live on Facebook as we speak. You know what I'm saying? Dispute
I
it
shared the Rumble
always.
link. Of course, I
Yeah,
disputed it. I requested a review.
right.
Uh,
Well,
they
Zuck was
don't
coming
reverse with
around.
me. They just
Yeah.
tell me that we reviewed it and it does seem like it goes against our community standards, so you're shit out of luck. Essentially, that's what they tell me. But yeah, I just said we back at it live in less than 20 minutes. That's all I said, and I shared the link of the Rumble stream. That's it. That's all I did. That's all I did. So fuck Facebook,
Shiznitty.
fuck
I know.
Fuckerberg, and yeah, man. Look, guys, if you happen to be on Facebook and you're watching this, I humbly ask that you follow us over on Twitter, over on Rumble. I would say YouTube, but fuck them too. And yeah, because they're going to
True.
remove us. They're going by the time November 5th comes around, a lot of us will not be seen. We will not be seen, especially as it gets closer and closer and closer to election. I gotta light my blunt. This is crazy.
Yeah, I understand, man. I understand. Let me set the table while you take a breather right there. Completely justified breather. You know what I'm saying? But let me it's just weird how that's going there. So hold on, let me make sure everything is going right on this end. Okay, live. Everything is live everywhere else. So we're good there. Excited to be back, guys. We weren't here for a couple of weeks, couple of reasons, a bunch of reasons. One, the storms, man. Storms knocked out the power. We're unable to get to you. We're glad we are back to you. Absolutely. And then past that, and in addition to that, we also HotepCon and just a little time off to kind of grassroots build, do some of the other things. Oh snap, ladies and gentlemen,
Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
Ready, guys?
woo! So I replaced the African American with this one because, quite honestly, bro,
I know words. I have the best words, but there's no better words than stupid.
I felt like that pretty much sums up this last week when it comes to the campaign and all that goodness. You know what I'm saying? So
This last week was brutal.
for Kamala, but here's the thing, man,
Yeah.
we are taking the lead and it's so good. And I don't know, man. I'm more about what's going to happen on election night, which I know
Yeah.
you have experience with.
Yeah.
What we should be watching out for, because I feel like the largest amount of our base is going to vote. They're probably going to vote conservative, the largest amount of our base. And so more than anything, it's about what we need to watch out for in those shenanigans. We'll get into all that later, though. You know what I'm saying? We'll get into all of that later. So much has been going on. Pro's been out there. He's been busy, guys. I almost don't even know where to start. You know what I'm going to do? I was going to start out with the hotness, but I'll save that for a minute. Let's start out with the funness, man. My man got to go to an NFL game. That's
did.
right. Pro
did.
football in the building. You know what
That's
I'm saying?
right.
Tell us about it, dog.
Pro got to go see some pro football. And it was my first time seeing. I'm an Indianapolis Colts fan.
Heck yeah.
It's my first time seeing the Indianapolis Colts play live. Right. And got some great seats. Shouts out to my old lady. She secured some phenomenal seats in the end zone, right at the tip of the Colts fan seating. So they were very nice seats. Very nice seats. Yo, it is crazy what they charge visiting teams in the fucking stadium. It's fucking crazy. Like the home side is like $50, right? And then the equivalent seat on the visiting side is like $400. Like, what the fuck?
Woo-hoo-hoo!
What the fuck is y'all problem? Like, for real? You lost your damn minds. Like, no deal. no deal. But we got
Brutal.
some amazing seats, and you know, it was a good game. Colts Jags, of course, they're divisional rivals. So unfortunately, my Colts came up short. Um,
A little bit.
yeah, just by a
However,
hair. It was a nice comeback though. Like,
it
and I,
was.
underst- it hurt me, right? Because it's like, oh shit, yeah, I'm going to Miami. I'm coming back up on Sunday. Sunday, oh shit, the Colts play in Jacksonville on Sunday, and I'm coming back. Holy fuck, hell yeah, we gotta go. So you know, we go, and it's like the Jags at this point they're 0-4. It's like, oh shit, yeah, this is a guaranteed win. Like we're finna go, and what do? The Colts shit the fucking bed.
Oh, come on, man. Come on. Don't be
They
like
shit the
that.
bed. They shit the bed.
That's fair. That's
Oh,
fair.
shit, straight up shit the bed. But it was good. It's highway robbery. Um, the Colt Stadium is another one of those stadiums that is cashless facilities.
Mhm.
I have a problem with cashless facilities, bro. Cashless facilities suck.
Agreed.
Hold on a second. Yeah, man, cashless facilities suck. So, um, yeah. Other than that, though, it was a good experience, man. We it was right on it was right as Milton was like formulating its thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, it was clouds, it was rainy, it was stormy. It was drizzling during the beginning of like actually during the whole game it was drizzling, but it wasn't nothing serious. And then as soon as the game ended and like people were on their way to the cars, like we made it in the car and out the parking lot before the rain just dropped. And
Dope.
yeah, it was wild. Good time though. Good time. Good time.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah, man. That's awesome. And you were making your way back from some Ostic epicness, you know what I mean? And that was believe it or not, Pro's Life is so awesome. The NFL Pro football game with those badass seats where you basically could almost reach out and touch a football player was the tail end, the end cap, the cherry on top of a great weekend, Hotep Con, where you were the official DJ of Hotep Con, making it happen,
Yes.
doing it ligging it large.
Yes,
And
sir.
let's see here. Let me pull that up. Here's the promo flyer. Bam. Official DJ of Hotep Con right there,
Yes,
making it
sir.
happen. And sounded like it was a lot of fun. I was very excited. The thing I was most excited about as a viewer, if you will, was the fact that you and Cannon finally got to collab. Now we know you've, collabed with Sam Tripoli. We know you've collabed with me. We know you've collabed, which
Mm-hmm.
is, by far huge, huge jewel in your crown. However, we know you've collabed, and done a lot of great stuff with a lot of great folks. But you and Cannon, I feel like are kind of cut from the same cloth. You know what I mean? I feel like you guys kind of send a similar message, look at the world in the same way. But also have your own unique individual viewpoints. And it's good to see you two guys get together. It really is. Watch you two guys kind of team up, talk about stuff. And I loved how you were kind of able to interview him about the ports. It was, right during the port strike. You guys got into a lot of good information there, and you were able to, do a great job of that. Then just, you guys sharing that information, man, talking about them BBLs in Miami and whatnot. All good things.
Bro, BBLs and pumped lips. BBLs and pumped lips, bro. That was everywhere in Miami. And non-fucking drivers. Oh my gosh. Literally watched a vehicle run into the back of a dump truck on a
Damn.
traffic circle. And then the driver of the vehicle got mad at the dump truck. And they ran into the back of the dump truck.
Because the
I
dump
don't
truck shouldn't have
understand.
stopped, bro. Come on. You know better. I'm kidding.
That's literally how they conduct themselves when it comes to traffic, though. Like, why'd you stop? Like,
So
oh
is
my
it true that
goodness.
it's like very Hispanic what is it? Cuban, Puerto Rican, that kind of thing down there. Like that's the majority of folk. Like when you go to Hawaii, the majority of folk are Asian. And that's just the demographics. No hate, no nothing. It's just the demographics, the majority are Asian. What would you say? Because I know Miami is also kind of like a New York in that it's got a lot of different folk.
So there's a lot of different folk, yes. But I will say yes, there is a lot of Hispanic going on. And the reason why I say that is because everybody everywhere spoke Spanish. Everybody everywhere spoke Spanish, like everywhere. Like, didn't matter what restaurant we went to, there were Spanish workers, there were Spanish servers, or they were, racially ambiguous servers, not really sure what they are, but they're speaking Spanish as well. So, yeah, man, I would say they have to be the dominant, bro. They have to be majority because it's Spanish being spoken everywhere. I did see a Spanish, let me see. Hold on. Get this phone. I believe it was a Spanish. It was either a pawn and gun shop. I don't think it was a liquor and gun shop. It was definitely like a pawn and gun shop, but it was legit Spanish, like legit Spanish. The name was in fucking Spanish on the sign, on the building. Like it was crazy.
Nice.
And what was awesome about where I saw this at, the very next block over, Trump was going crazy. Trump flags,
Nice.
Trump signs, Trump banners. Like it was just Trump. It was Trump shit everywhere. I was like, oh yes. Oh yeah. Home. It's definitely safe to say that Miami is definitely motherfucking Trump country. Well, Florida in general. I'm just gonna say Florida in general is Trump country. But yeah, man, that was fun. Spanish is definitely dominant like a motherfucker there. And yeah.
You got to hit the gun range. Still looking
did.
for those videos. I don't know where
Don't worry.
they went. My bad.
Don't worry. Pro to the rescue. Oh,
I was like, I know there was 2, 3 of them, and I just don't unless I thought I saved them. Oh, I didn't check PT pod account. I might have saved him under that account. And
doesn't matter.
What are you gonna do?
It doesn't really matter at all.
Boop. There we go.
There we are.
Yeah.
All right.
2A in the building, y'all.
2A all day. Let's get it. Got that chicken wing in tight. That was a new magnifier I had added on there. I got to get in the flow. That was my first time flipping it just then.
Ugh, no, I mean,
look at it. Eating
like, look how you hold the recoil. That's the most
eating
impressive
the recoil.
Part.
Eating the recoil.
Yep. Right back on it.
Hey, so
notice how you pop and you know you've been. I mean, clearly you've learned, but people don't know how to do that naturally. That's not natural. How you kick it, you know how to let it go and come right back to it center. Bam, bam, and you have your center, like you know what it feels like. Because so much about shooting is feel, right?
Yep.
So yeah, man.
Yep.
For sure.
When Buddy leaned in just then, he was like, hey, take it a little slower for me, please.
Really? What for? Whoa, was he scared?
I don't know what it was. He was just like, hey, take it a little slower for me. That was a guy in the range, you know what I'm saying?
No,
but
clearly,
like, it wasn't automatic fire quick, but it was like, damn.
Nice semi. Pop, pop, pop. Yeah,
yep,
man.
Yep.
And I think probably, like, that's the thing, that recoil will slow you down. If you don't know how to handle that, that's what you don't have to tell people to slow down on a gun like that, because it takes them a good 2 seconds, you know what I mean, to even reset and then aim and fire. You're not. I mean, you're literally pop, pop, pop. And he's like, oh, shit. That's awesome, dude. That was awesome.
Man. Fun times, man. It was definitely fun times.
Bam. Bam. Love it.
You see that shell smacking off the wall.
Yup. That's cool. That's so cool, man. That is gangster. Ah. Like, buddy, I'm gonna need you to slow it.
Mm.
You're
You want
scaring
me
the
to
white
slow it down?
folks.
So I'm like, all right, I'm to the end. I'll slow it down. Here we go.
Yeah, and then there's more awesome
Mm,
football. Yeah, man.
mm. Oh yeah,
Heck
but it was
yeah.
hard. But yeah, man, fun times, man. Fun times indeed.
And then that was you were with Hotep Federales, shout out.
Yeah.
And
Let's
I
see.
know who else was there?
Federales, Patriot J, Melissa, Cannon, of course. Who else was there? Who else was there?
Cannon in the building.
Somebody else checked in. I can't remember who it was. I'm sorry. I can't remember. There's a picture out lurking somewhere. I think tomorrow the actual footage of us being at the range should pop up.
Cool. Rock on. Awesome, man. And I'm
Mhm.
just glad you had a chance to do that. Be a part, get away, do that whole thing, enjoy it. And then, a big deal is and I can't believe it feels like it was a long time ago and it wasn't. But you got to see Trump live. We haven't even done a show since then. Oh
We haven't
my
done the show
goodness,
since
bro.
then. Damn.
You got to, and not even in a big old rally, but you got to see him live in a theater setting. What was that like, man?
It was pretty lit, bro. I ain't even gonna hold it. It was pretty lit. I got to enjoy it. In the presence of some good friends. And I got to turn up, man. I got to turn up at home with the Trump people. Like, it was dope, bro. I started the wave with people and and it's like I'm a band head, right? So
Sure.
like I started the wave, the way that we did at football games, So it's like
Yes.
you saw people like try to start the wave and it was like I was like, oh no. Oh no. No. All right, y'all, let's do this.
Let's make it happen.
Yeah, you gonna make it happen. So, went down there, had fun with them, and then the homie Michaela popped up and like she walked in and she made a beeline straight for me.
Nice.
And everybody's seeing her as she's walking through, and everybody's like, "Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god!" Like because like they witnessed that this, it's Michaela. Like, there's one thing about Trump supporters, bro. Like when you go hard in the paint, like they are looking for the next person that's going hard in the paint. And when you go hard in the paint, yo, they jump on the bandwagon. Like, look, that's why over here, like, it pisses me off a little bit with Trump supporters because they're so naive. And anybody can come over and grift and get in on like the money that is Trump supporting or Trump supporters. Um, I don't like that. But I do respect the love and camaraderie that is given from the Trump supporters when you are shown or you're just expressing that you're a Trump supporter. Like, it just, all negative shit goes out the window, like, that could come to you. And it's just like, oh, yes, come on. Like, oh, I love you. What do you do? Oh, are you serious? How can I support type shit? Like, just because you fuck with Trump or you say you fuck with Trump. So, that's there. I just had to get that out because I'm watching so many grifters pop up. And I'm watching people like Fox News and stuff, and I'm watching how they move. And it's so sad that it takes for you to be seen on legacy media before you actually start getting quote unquote taken serious. But they're not good people.
Right.
They're not good people. It sucks. But anyway, back to the Trump rally. It was fucking awesome. Trump came. He did the Trump dance. Lines was amazing. It was some issues being the choice of venue that Trump and them chose. And which I understand what the Trump rally was doing. And it's hilarious. Oh my gosh. It's hilarious in the fact that they chose that, right? For the first one. And I say first one because I'm finna hit y'all with something else in a second. They chose this venue for the first one, which holds about 2,500 people. Yeah, something like 2,500 people. Not quite 3,000, like not even 2,600 type shit. And then you have to take into account all the seats that wasn't used because the media was in that particular section. So it was definitely cut short. And then he's like, oh, y'all, I'm so sorry. I wanted to do something intimate, but I see that I have so many supporters. And I'm going to come in and I'm going to go shit on them. We're coming back and we're going to shit on them like never before.
It's like Kamala was all like,
Do not come. Do not come.
but then Trump was all like,
I'm going to come.
and then
Yep.
then she insisted, and he was like,
Shut up, silly woman.
that's what I'm saying, you know.
So all I got to say is when it happens, you better hold on to your beanies, baby, because it's going to be a bumpy ride. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
That's excellent. Well, and being able to see him in a theater setting, as I think you were telling me, he was trying to do a business thing with like the people who were connected to the ports and that kind of stuff. More to just kind of talk to them and maybe specific, people in the base. And there were too many people, so it ended up being a small public deal. Realizing it needs to be a much bigger, huge public deal, which I'm definitely happy about. Yeah, man.
Absolutely. The first time he originally he just wanted to talk to some business owners, like you said. It just wanted to be small and intimate. But fighting, it was like, look, no, there's too many people here that want to see you. You've got to do. It's like, all right, well, I'll give you a happy medium. All right, I'll give you a happy medium. So he gave him the happy medium, and then the line was stupid.
Yeah, I bet.
I mean, that line was crazy. Like, it was crazy, bro. It was crazy. So they coming back, man, coming back. And not only are they coming back, they're coming back on the best day they could possibly come back.
I heard it was a special day. I heard somebody has a born day, like on the same day Trump is coming back. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Best day they could have ever chosen. October 22nd.
Boom.
Oh, yeah. Look, yeah, that did happen.
And I think speaking of the line, thinking of a great day, if I'm with the Trump campaign, I'm looking for people to give good seats
That's
to.
the short one. That's the short one. That's the short one. You need the whole thing.com. Excuse my French.
This is the clip we made.
Huh? Oh, that's the clip?
Yeah.
That's the clip.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to say, because it's 144. It's supposed to be 144, like right at 144. But go ahead, press play.
Black man, I get it a lot. How could you support Trump? Why you support Trump? October 26, 2016.
You're right.
Standing in North Carolina.
I got the other one.
Trump said it best. Listen, I want to be the biggest champion for the African American community, whether you vote for me or not. Your communities could be safer. Your schools could be better. Your economy and your business could be better. Come with me. What the hell else you have to lose? And it was there.
And finally, 42 days until November 5th, the day of liberation for our country. What would you say to people watching this right now? What would be your words of advice and encouragement?
Don't be scared. Regardless of what anyone comes to say to you, they try to do to you, do the right thing. Vote for 45, make them 47. Let's save this country and pay attention down ballot, because he cannot do it alone. He needs help. Put the right people in down ballot. Let's get Trump back in the office. Hell, we ain't even got to go back to D.C. We can have the White House be in Mar-a-Lago now. You know what I'm saying? Let's just make it happen. So
sounds good, man. What's your name?
And it is my highest and greatest hope that the Republican Party can be the home in the future and forevermore for African Americans and the African American vote, because I will produce and I will get others to produce.
Boom. So that was the clip that went viral. But that clip that went viral came
What's going on? How you guys doing?
What's up, man? Welcome to Savannah.
here.
Thank you. Beautiful area. This is awesome.
This is the long form one. Yeah.
Yep, this is it.
Cool. I want to make sure we got the long form one. I wanted to show the viral clip, let everybody know to check it out. I want everybody to share that viral clip right there. It's going mini viral, but guys, be a part of it. Catch the freaking wave. You know what I'm saying? And that came from this right here, which is, guys, cut this up, download it, make your own clip.
going on? How you guys doing?
What's up, man? Welcome to Savannah.
Thank you. Beautiful area. This
By the way, do you know these folks behind you here?
Some of them I do.
going on? How you guys
Some of
doing?
them I do.
What's up, man?
That lady looks happy. Do you know her? Were you talking to her at all?
Yeah, I was talking to her. I was actually talking to everybody in the vicinity because prior to RSBN walking up, I had an interview with Real America's Voice, and everybody was
Okay.
peeping around the tree, and they saw me over there interviewing, and then I was chilling over there with them, and we were having some conversations that I will share after election. I won't share them now. We got an election to win, but as soon as we win that election, I'm telling you now, that Friday night flights and that Rumble on Rumble following the election, listen, that's going to be one you want to tune into.
For sure.
Mark your
Absolutely.
calendars.
This is called Aris Unleashed says competing with football. I
Hey.
like it. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I don't even know who's playing right now. You know what I'm saying? Like
Man, football on all day, man. You know what I'm
all
saying?
day.
Like
all
you-
day.
if you watch football from noon to 7 and you still feel like you need more football, man, I don't know what to tell you. Do you want to feel smart tomorrow or do you want to feel dumb because you watch 12 hours of football? Like you can only watch so much. I get it. You know what
It
I'm saying?
depends
But
on
if it's
who's playing. It
Yeah.
definitely depends on who's
Yeah.
playing. Like, okay, so it's the Bengals and the Giants right now. I don't
Yes, it
really
is.
like.
Hey, I got a
so,
guy playing right now. You know what I'm saying? I
Hey,
got a guy
listen.
playing.
Listen. That's Mike from Two Mikes. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, he understands the game at this point, bro. It's like, look, I just love doing what I do, and it's much better than the alternative of a Saturday night. You know, Friday and Saturday. So
True that. No, hey, no, I love the football. Don't get me wrong.
yeah.
But, honestly, and I could sit on a Sunday and, I love my Saturday football. The Sooners had a rough one. You know what I mean? So, let's see here. I got a guy playing right now. Who do I have playing right now? I have Darius Slayton, who has 0 right now. So hopefully he does better. You know what I mean? Hopefully he does better. So
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Mike's a real one. I can watch football and listen to y'all. That's what I'm talking about.
that's what I'm
Now,
saying.
That's what I'm talking about. Pews all day.
Pew, pews. That's you know what I mean, and I'll give you love for that. So we doing it, you know what I mean? You can do both. You absolutely can do both. Anyway, back to that, which
Yeah.
that's why we love this show, because we can do that. I need my guy to come through. Because here's the thing, man. Here's why my fantasy football is so important. I'm playing a guy who's 0-5 right now, right? I'm playing a guy who's 0-5. I'm 4-1. Okay. And I am predicted to do 147 to his 127. And right now I got a 36-point lead. He's got 2 people left to play. And this guy's supposedly the number 1 wide receiver right now. Let's see here. He's had 0 targets so far. So they're just getting started. Who knows? But it's Bengals against Giants. He should do fine. I should win. So anyway, look, man, I take my fantasy football seriously because I never finished lower than 3rd for like 10 years. The last 2 years, nobody wants to hear Bob Costas. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Unleashed. The last 2 years, I finished 10th in my league, dude. Horrible. And so I am clawing my way back. So anyway,
Hopefully
speaking of that,
finish first, man. Finish
Huh?
first.
yeah, exactly.
Finish first.
You got to finish first. My guy is Jared Taylor. I need him to get better. I need him to come back. Speaking of the Colts, you know what I'm saying. So yeah, fun times there. Anyway, so these people were really nice. You said you had a lot of great conversations with them there.
Yeah.
Honestly, man, the word is that everybody, in MAGA and at Trump rallies are just evil, villainous, vile, racist. You know what I
Racist
mean?
people.
Rah, people. Yeah.
You know,
so,
and you got to claw your way to the front, and you can't, you get beat up for walking by, and you get all these nasty terms, and man, listen, I ain't experienced that not near time. And you know what? I've even had conversations about reparations in line.
whoa.
That part. Because you've got some people that, again, that's why I have problems with Byron Donalds and I have problems with Candace Owens and people, because they say shit that a lot of Trump supporters just latch on to, and then they'll use them as the one who said it, and it's like, they're shallow and not so smart people. They sound smart, but they're really not smart. Again, if I hear somebody's talking about a coup d'etat, I expect them to call it a coup when shorthanding it. I don't expect anyone who's talking about a coup d'etat when trying to act like the most smartest person in the room refer to a coup as a coup. Multiple times. I'm sorry.
It's
It doesn't.
it's an overthrow of a government, not a Toyota. Okay? It's not a Kia. Okay.
It's not the home for your chickens, okay? It's not that. It's not your pigeon. This is not where Smokey was hiding out at, okay?
Correct.
This is not that.
Ah.
It's not that,
Woo-hoo.
so it's at those instances when you realize that certain things are fed to certain people for them to regurgitate and relay for other people to latch on to. I'm just saying, I'm not that guy. I'm the guy who's actually reading the books and reading the reports and reading the legislation. That's me.
Right.
So I don't know. So we can have a conversation where I can say, yes, I do believe in reparations. I don't just believe in reparations for black people because they're the descendants of slaves. Although I could fight that argument if needs be. No,
Yes.
I'm just fighting the argument on the basis of, hey, by definition, reparations is the repair or the making amends of a wrongdoing that was done by a person or a group. And we have pre-existing situations where the U.S. government has provided reparations to peoples or groups for things that were done under their watch.
Currently.
Even
you know what I'm
currently.
saying? Yes.
Even currently. And that's where my argument is. And again, I'll tell a MAGA person quickly, I don't think you are immune to receiving reparations. Look, I'm a double dipper or a triple dipper. I'm going to get it everywhere I can. But currently, with the way that the U.S. government and the weaponization of such is being used against MAGA supporters, against Trump supporters, what? The state-sponsored terrorism that happens and is allowed to us? What? Give me my check. All the people who was forced to resign or lose their job in 2020 and 2021 because they wouldn't receive the clot shot? Yes. Give me my check. The people who are suffering from these plants that they know are causing chemical fall off, that's destroying their neighborhoods, their homes, cut them their check.
Not only
I don't
that,
have to just I don't have to I don't have to just say, oh, the slaves or oh, the this or all the that. No, there's other things that we can all agree on before I even get back to there. And what that does is, as we chart out those situations, right, we better align and fix the government to do exactly what it's supposed to do. And that is to protect the welfare and provide for the people of this country. Period. We have allowed them to go unchecked for entirely too fucking long. Entirely too long. So now we have to put them in check. We have to put these things in writing. That's just what has to happen. That's what the Declaration of Independence is. The Declaration of Independence was literally them putting in writing their grievances with their current government, with their current ruler, which was the king. And they laid out everything they had a problem with. And a lot of things got left on the cutting room floor. One of my favorite things that was in the original two that was left on the cutting room floor was the fact that they actually called out the king for slavery. Digga, this is fucked up that you're taking these people who ain't never met you, don't know who you is, you're putting them in chains, you're shipping them away from their home, and you have them working for your benefit. And they take nothing from it. And then you turn around and tell these same people, hey, guy, we know these people are fighting. If you fight for me, I'll make sure you end up free. You're the whole reason they're in chains in the first place.
And past that, couple things. I feel like it's easiest to tell people when you break it down, because there's just a whole lot of built-in resistance to this man. And a couple things. One, we're currently paying reparations to people in Canada for medical stuff. We're paying reparations to people in Ukraine for a war that they're in, that they're now on the offensive of, that we paid for that war. We're currently paying reparations to Lebanon, even though we had nothing to do with doing anything with that. And most Americans are anti any military action going on there and pro anti-war. We're paying reparations right now. Now, past that, Unleashed hit a very important question that I think is valid. Who pays reparations? Sad part of it is will be regular people paying for the mistakes of the government. I don't entirely disagree, but Unleash something. We check out our great reparations debate. One thing we figured is right now, somehow your current tax dollars as we speak, over $1 trillion are going for not only reparations for other people, but supposedly poor and underprivileged folks. And millions of that earmarked supposedly for specifically to help Black folks. But they're not, and that money's not getting there. So let's stop funding, because really we wouldn't see any movement of our taxes if the government just quit being murderous, lying, money laundering, warring, profiteering people. How about this? Let me ask you this, Unleashed. The federal government comes out tomorrow. You know how Trump likes to do his thing. Do you want to call him Sleepy Joe, or do you want to call him whatever? I forgot the other one. Sleepy Joe or Stupid Joe? You tell me.
I think it's Crooked.
Right? Crooked Joe. Yes, Crooked. Yeah. I love it when he was calling him Crooked by first name. And I told Crooked, I said, hey, Crooked. Anyway, here's the thing about it. If Trump was the president and he came to you right now, and he did it very informally, but he just did it, and he said, okay, we can keep spending hundreds of billions, literally hundreds of billions of dollars on wars overseas that really don't help us. And in years to come, we harvest the benefits of countries we've destroyed for no good reason. Or we could put that money into reparations for people that we clearly have damaged, drug here in chains. Or I'll do you one better. Native Americans whose history was stolen from them. Okay? How about that? How about Black people that were Native Americans that never got justified for the reparations current Native Americans, quote unquote, are getting? And I'm not hating on my Native American folks. I am not. They deserve everything they get. But there were a lot of Black people that were part of that literally that was cut off from. Okay? So most people I know have no problem taking care of Native Americans due to what was done to them. And so we need to include Black folks into that. We need to pull our money out of wars. We need to be honest about the literally over trillions of dollars we're supposedly spending to help poor people and struggling people. Dude, I'm just saying, if literally we track down the money, there should be no poor. Everyone should have a 3-bedroom house, 2 nice cars.
We should be looking like Dubai around this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, we should be looking like Dubai around this bitch.
So before we go, before we say Black people don't deserve it, guy, I'm just saying, you know what I mean? From a white guy's point of view. And I'll shut up, and I'm sorry, I'm not trying to overtalk at all. I just, because I know the whole thing, right? I know the whole argument on my side. And I get tired of it because, one, you're taking away Black people's heritage of being Native American. And then 2, we pay so much money to so many people who never contributed or were willing Americans the way Black folks are. So stop, help me do reparations for Black folks, and then we'll argue about other things, my friends.
Okay? Listen, look, I'm gonna be real. Like, I don't mind a check. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind a check, but I'm gonna be real. I don't want a check because I truly believe this right here. I believe as soon as the United States government cuts a check to Black people saying, here is your reparations, we're sorry, here's your money, I truly believe the very next day the dollar will die. It will no longer be in existence. It'll be something else. And then the US government will be like, oh, I'm sorry. Dollar's dead. Oh. Oh well, guess what? We gave you a check. So don't bother us about reparations anymore. Like, I really feel like that'll happen. So, like, I'm not even looking for them to cut no fucking check. Let's talk true tangibles, all right? Let's talk land. You know what I'm saying? Let's begin. Look, I'll start. I'm from Savannah, Georgia. All right. I'm from the land of the Gullah Geechees. That's where I'm from. And I know, okay, I know that my party, the Republican Party, right? This is why one of the main reasons that I'm a Republican, just so you guys, because just from Jacksonville, North Carolina, to a little past Jacksonville, Florida, truly St. Augustine, Florida, right? 23 miles inland from field order number 15, right? The 40 acres and a mule, as most people like to call it. The U.S. government entered with the treaty, entered with an agreement, right? With the freed slaves and the actual blacks that live along the coastline. If you look up the Gullah Geechees and you look up the Seminoles from this area, some of the Cherokees, they look like me, right? They look exactly like me. It's because we were here, right? And if you know about Christopher Columbus and you know about his navigator was a melanated person. Just saying. But we can talk about that at a different time. That land from Jacksonville to St. Augustine or Jacksonville to Jacksonville, 23 miles inland, that's all supposed to be black land. That's why if you look it up, you can find the Gullah Geechee corridor, and it's exactly that. And it's the same markers, the same lines that was used and agreed to by Abraham Lincoln. All right. Let's talk land. Let's talk tangible things. Let's talk about Trump. I believe that Trump laid out the best reparations, right, that I've seen to date as far as the black community is concerned. I'm talking about school choice. I'm talking about investing in black business, right? Allowing for black businesses to gain a foothold in the international trade, right? Because if you don't participate in the international trade, you really ain't doing shit. Let's just be real. So to gain a foothold in international trade, to protect our privacy for our religious buildings, what else? School choice, putting the HBCU office inside of the White House with an open door policy so that we could actually communicate and know what's going on in the grand scheme of the world through the lens of the White House. Like, there was just so many things that was put in place, right? Protecting the sanctity of life, trying to build the family, wanting to bring the family back, safe communities, right? Pushing for us to actually own and have our guns and create defense companies. Like, all of these things President Donald Trump pushed for emphatically. These are all things that I look at as amazing footholds or bullet points or lines in agreement when we talk about a reparations deal. And Trump's a fucking negotiator. He's a businessman. So why not go and throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what'll stick? Oh, man.
I
Let's
agree.
see.
Of course, I 100% agree with you, man, on
Honest
all
question
of
for
this.
both
So.
of you. Can you specifically define what's white culture and what's black and black culture? Not today.
Shut up, chameleon.
Not today, but we can.
Man, I understand the root of the question. I would like to address the root of the question. And I think
Mhm.
that's the problem, is that people get off into that. And this is no disrespect to you, Unleashed. Would love to talk to you more. Absolutely. But I
Oh,
think,
yeah, we're going to do a show with them, bro. Like, it's 2 mics. I've sent you the link, but I'll send it to you again.
Oh,
man.
you know
2
the
mics.
guy?
They got yeah,
Oh,
I know
cool.
him. I know him.
Shout out.
I will be on the show soon and very soon.
Cool.
Like, maybe next week. If not this week. Then I may push for this week. Let me know your schedule. I'm kind of back to normal now. And then we'll have to do a little joint show.
Heck yeah.
And that'll be fucking awesome.
Heck yeah, I'm all about it. As far as that goes, what's white and white culture and what's black and black culture, I don't think that's the question. That's what they try to get you off on, because it's kind of an unanswerable, which is the sound of one hand clapping, right? We'll chase our tail with this, right? Because quite honestly, all American culture is heavily influenced by other American culture, like it or not. You know what I mean? Most or a lot of hip hop nowadays has the reggaeton beat to it, right? There's a lot. We're very mixed up as a culture, and we all benefit from the contributions. To me, it's what makes America so awesome. Um, but that's not the question when it comes to things like black folks and reparations. What it comes down to is there a group of people, and how do we base this? Well, specifically here, we base this on genetic lineage, right? So that doesn't mean black, meaning say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud, which is awesome and nothing wrong with. And in fact, I mean, come on, Godfather, James Brown. But anyway, there's nothing wrong with any of that, right? And in fact, that's encouraged, but that's not the argument here. The argument here is the same as the native argument. What drives me crazy is I never hear anybody going, what's Indian and what's white? What's Indian culture and what's white culture? It's never a question that comes up because it's kind of all agreed they are a conquered people, right? And when we conquered them, we did not treat them very well at all, took all their lands, kind of left them for homeless, basically decimated them to genocidal levels. And then we decided for the ones that are left, we should try to preserve some of that culture and history. So agree with me or not, that's kind of the thing there. And once again, with black folks, mainly it roots in the Native American idea and the culture that black people have that has been taken from them. And when I say culture, I don't mean modern hip necessarily culture. I mean Native American, because most black folks are taught that they weren't Native Americans. They weren't born here. They weren't born of explorers and professors and adventurers. Is that, it was just a slavery. And that's bullshit. And so because of that, I believe that reparations should be made. And that's my long and short of it. Unleashed, great response. I don't disagree. Again, who pays for example, the descendants of people who fought to free. See, that's the thing. It's not okay, fair. But that's the thing there. It's not about who's coming out of my pocket. It's about taking money that we're already supposedly spending.
No more bridge to nowheres, okay? No more bridge to nowheres. No more beagles getting funded to get killed by Fauci, okay? No more money to send quadrupay, Brazil, Mexico,
Lebanon,
Ukraine, Canada. No more money to them, man. No more money to them. That money stays the fuck here, and we invested in a torn down Detroit. We invested in a torn down Baltimore. We invested in a torn down Atlanta that's coming in and being gentrified by BlackRock. No, we kick BlackRock the fuck out of the neighborhood, and we make sure the black churches or the black neighborhoods, have the options to go into this fund, get this money and build. And I'm talking about the normal mom and pops, because we need to get rid of fucking Walmart. We need to get all these fucking box stores. They gotta go. America's economy runs on the middle class. And when we say middle class, we mean mom and pop, small businesses. That's what makes America run. We need to get them back into the fold. So those people who are going to school or have the drawn out plan to actually be an entrepreneur and to help build the sustainability of their city that was once run down. Look, Trump just yesterday or the day before yesterday came and said when he was in Detroit, if Kamala's elected, all of America will be Detroit. All right. And people got mad. Oh my God. What is he talking about? Detroit is being rebuilt. Detroit is looking awesome. Have you not seen new downtown Detroit? And then you had people who live in Detroit who was like, what the fuck you mad about? This is what he's talking about. Let's ride around my neighborhood. Let's look. Rundown house, empty field, house, empty field. The house needs to be torn down. It's looked this way for 10 years. Empty field, house, empty field. Look across the street. It's more empty fields than houses compared to this side. Like, it's just fucking crazy. It's crazy. And these are the things that they're talking about. So where there's an empty field, there needs to be a house. Where there's a old strip mall that's dilapidated, it needs to be brought back to life. There needs to be businesses in it. That is what we mean. All this money that we're investing into these other countries to build what the fuck ever, no, that needs to be invested in here. Let's take all these old strip malls or whatever, and let's turn them into something. We got homeless vets. We should never have homeless vets. We should never have homeless vets. These vets put their lives on the line to make sure that the United States dollar is what the fuck it is.
Agreed. Shout out Chameleon, by the way. I think that's a new listener. If you are Chameleon, if you're somebody we know, we don't recognize the user handle. Shout out, and if you are new, you know what I mean, to all new users. Thank you so much for tuning in. It says bring back Jesus to America and American homes. I absolutely agree. I think that Christianity is the way to go. I agree with you there. Then Chameleon says, build a wall for Canada too. Make them pay for it. Chameleon, I disagree with you only because when our stuff runs out or it gets real heavy, I don't want impediment to go take over Canada, which we will. I mean, what are they going to do? They got nothing. I mean, really, you know what I mean? Well, I'll fight 3 Canadians right now. You know what I'm saying?
That is interesting that Chameleon said that, because today, you know, when you're watching YouTube and it just automatically goes over to another video.
Yeah.
Well, I was watching YouTube earlier and it went over to another video. And the video was like a journalist that went up to the Canadian border with the U.S. sheriff. And yo, they're fucking, that border is crazy. There's literally cinder blocks, just a row of cinder blocks. Separates the U.S. from Canada, bro. Literally a row of cinder blocks.
That's
and it's
it.
not
Like you wouldn't
they're
even know,
tight, bro.
Yeah, no.
Like they look like large Legos type shit.
Wow.
Like they look like large Legos, and it's just one, and then one, and then one, and then one with space in between them.
So you can just walk right in.
Just
You can't
walk right through.
The key is you can't drive a truck, right? I guess.
Oh no, they drive trucks through it. They were talking about that in the video too. And they're like people who just ram trucks and stuff straight through it. It's fucking crazy, man. It was a very interesting video. I'll put that up on my X feed tonight.
Well, man, speaking of that, something I just was watching today, I didn't realize we only have 20,000 Border Patrol agents all in, like, period. And Trump is like, and I'm like, and we have like 20 million illegals. Like, I don't care what army you're fighting with. 20,000 versus, 20 million, you're never going to win. That's just not how it works. And he's trying to get 10,000 more hired, and which is brilliant. Yes, we need at least 10,000 more. Not 80,000 more IRS agents. You know what I'm saying? So, but by the way, shout out Cameron in the building. Oh, Unleashed. Everyone hit that like, but thank you. Cameron, my boy, in the building. What up, Cammy in the building? So anyway, yeah, man, that northern border is wide open, but I think it's on purpose because we're going. I think once they burn us, we're going. You know what I'm saying? So,
Listen, no, I'm on the East Coast. I'm on the water. I got.
Yeah, dude, but your shit is gonna blow away soon. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no, I know. But your stuff is gonna blow. Look, you live in one of the most beautiful places on the planet. No argument. No argument to be had. I mean, when people first hit America, they hit the East Coast. They talked about how literally Savannah, Georgia is a crown jewel of the entire, and that's a lot of beautiful places. So that is a beautiful place of beautiful places. Fair, but man, I mean, if it gets real bad, you know what I'm saying, dog? You got to think about that for a second.
We blessed,
but
you know what I'm saying.
Anyway, but
we blessed right here in our little nook. Like there's so many hurricanes. Excuse me. So many hurricanes that were supposed to hit us, and it just missed us literally by like 30 miles. Like the eye wall misses us by 30 miles. It'll shoot out. It'll hit the curve and shoot out. Storms will come over us, and it's just something about this area to where like it'll get over us and it'll dissipate. Like we say that just praying old people is what a lot of us blame it on. Like praying ass old people. And we're really scared. Like once these praying old people die off, bro, like we're really scared of the evil that's just going to rip on Savannah's ass. Cause bro,
no.
bro.
Look, Cameron has an interesting question. I would love to get your opinion on it, especially because we know you're in crypto, as well as own small business, so you have a better understanding than a lot of folks when it comes to stuff like this. Got an interesting question for you. Do you think the dollar has an actual value?
I think it's as actual as people, allow the value to be. It's a very, very fluid value. I can tell you that much. So I don't think it has like a standard like ground floor value. I think its actual value is whatever value we as a people, attach to it. Um, that's just the plain shortening of it all that I can, give to you. Because I mean, look at it. A hamburger used to be on a dollar menu, right? Literally used to be less than a dollar menu. 99-cent junior bacon cheeseburger. I remember that. I remember the 99
Hurts
cent junior
me.
bacon
Oh, I
cheeseburger.
miss a 99-cent junior
And
bacon.
now same junior bacon cheeseburger is like $3 and some change. All right. But it's still the same burger, maybe smaller. I don't know. I haven't eaten one in so long. Um,
Definitely less meat. Definitely less meat. Sonic did
see,
that too. Sonic did that too,
see.
by the way.
So,
Yeah.
but you have more as far as a dollar value that's attached to it, right? That is on, and somebody's buying that $3 junior bacon cheeseburger, right? It has that value to that person. So
Because
I
we can't
look at
afford
it
the
that
$5 full bacon cheeseburger. Otherwise, we don't have that extra two, dog. That's the thing. You know what I'm saying?
so and that's understood. That's understood. That's just like put it this way. It's like the Trump case with Mar-a-Lago, right? Trump said Mar-a-Lago was worth this. The appraiser said Mar-a-Lago was worth this. The bank said Mar-a-Lago was worth this, right? All was different numbers. Every last one of them was different numbers for the same piece of property. Everybody attached their own value to said situation, right? If Trump would have said, okay, I'm going to sell and I'll sell it for that lower amount, well, then that was the value in which he agreed and accepted that it was. Or if the person came and said, hey, Mr. Trump, we love that value, we'll buy it at that right there, right? It's a fluid situation, and we're talking about the same dollars, and we're talking about the same piece of property, but the value was just attributed differently based on who was looking and who wasn't. So
Right.
yeah, that's where I'm at with that. All right.
I I hear you. And just to try to. By the way, Cam, man, always feel free to drop a question. It was just a good time tonight. We are kind of rapping. We're just kind of catching up, having a little fun, bringing the love and fun back. Let's see here. He's saying we can give billions to other countries, but can't help out our own people. Yeah, we were just talking about that. But our country is trillions in debt. How do we loan money while being trillions in debt? It's got to be fake, just a perception. You're right. Cameron, that
Mm-hmm.
breaks down to the fact that we do not have a value-based economy. We have a debt-based economy. We have an economy that basically the way it works in the crazy upside down economic world, debt is good. Debt means value, right? Meaning, so Cameron, I may be a worthless human being, but if I owe you $5,000 to you, I'm worth $5,000. And if you need that $5,000, you may break my arm, but you don't want me to stop from working or doing what it is I do to be able to get you that $5,000. Now, let's blow that up to nation status. And then you've got nations like China that we owe trillions to, right? Well, they need to be able to call in that debt. They need to be able to loan against that, going, look, the U.S., one of the most powerful, energy rich countries on the planet, owes us like $5 trillion with interest that they're going to be paying us over the next 50 years. So with that, whatever interest rate that it is, we can borrow against that. And we're talking China here to the UAE to buy, viruses to then send to America to infect us. It's a whole thing. But anyway, regardless of all of that, we live in a war debt-based economy. So basically the way it looks like on paper, and this is why, as struggling as we are, Cameron, as hard as it is for the everyday guy, our stock market looks great. on paper, our numbers are great, in the stock market, because in an economy where making it harder on the poor people, and forcing the everyday worker to struggle while overtaxing them, right, and then loaning out what little money that we are creating here, and loaning that out to other countries to put us further in debt. Because remember, it's all us, it's all our money, right? So, long story short, I think the dollar has value in that it's the value that, and as you know, the US dollar goes up and down traded, right? So the dollar does have value, but I think what we're talking about here is the value of the dollar depends solely on how it's traded and the debt that is attached to it, which is not what we want. We want a gold standard, we want an oil standard, that kind of thing. So blah blah blah. I know. And with that, our money, so we pay taxes for it. We pay taxes on and for. Yes, bro. The most inane thing is how this is how they've got it. This is how we live in the matrix, right? Look at your dollar that you're about to go spend at 7-Eleven on a Big Gulp, right? Facetiously. Don't hit me with I don't drink Big Gulps anymore. I'm healthy or some bull crap, bro. Just saying you're going to 7-Eleven to buy a Big Gulp, right? It's Sunday and you're hot, right? Okay, so that dollar you spend on that Big Gulp, remember, that dollar you got from your employer. Well, your employers had to pay tax on that dollar, a payroll tax, right? Then you get that dollar. Now you were taxed on that dollar from your payroll. You know what I'm saying? So there's been 2 taxes on it. Then you give it to 7-Eleven. They tax you on that dollar. Then when they deposit it, they have a tax on it. So that dollar is taxed 4 times. Every dollar is taxed at least 4 times. And that doesn't account supplier taxes and all of that. But just on the very base spending retail level, my brother, you know what I'm saying? So our money, we have to pay taxes on our money just for the benefit of having our money, right? So, yeah, long story short there, it's a bunch of BS. I agree with you. We should be on a debt-based or excuse me, we should not be on a debt-based economy. We should be on an oil-based economy moving to a gold-based economy. Then we'd be like the UAE up in here. I completely agree. So, Pro in the building. Pro, I'm going to go ahead, man, because we got a little off topic. We were right on topic, and we were flowing right into it. Then we got a little off topic. But what I want to do is play the entire clip, the 144, and this is RSBN News, and this is your national interview that they had, and, wrap that and then, move on, if that's okay.
Let's get it.
All right. Yes, sir. Producer.
What's going on? How you guys doing?
What's up, man? Welcome to Savannah.
Thank you. Beautiful area. This is awesome here.
The greatest. This is why we didn't get burned down. He marched all the way down to the water and was like, nah, man, Savannah's beautiful. President Lincoln, Merry Christmas. Here's Savannah. So now you see why we kept it around.
Why are you a Trump supporter?
Why not be a Trump supporter, man? Make America great again. You heard me say, listen, when it comes to the economy, my man is the man. When it comes down to negotiating, who's a better negotiator? When it comes down to showing strength and showing force, I mean, who else got the muscles outside of Hulk Hogan? You know what I'm saying? So he's flexing them pythons, brother, around the world. He's letting them know, listen, I'm the man. We're going to be great. It's awesome. Let's win. And that's what we do, man. That's perfect. Let's win. He's also, honestly, and he said it in 2016, like being serious. As a black man, I get it a lot. How could you support Trump? Why you support Trump? October 26, 2016, standing in North Carolina, Trump said it best. Listen, I want to be the biggest champion for the African-American community, whether you vote for me or not. Your communities could be safer. Your schools could be better. Your economy and your business could be better. Come with me. What the hell else you have to lose? And it was there.
And finally, 42 days until November 5th, the day of liberation for our country. What would you say to people watching this right now? What would be your words of advice and encouragement?
Don't be scared. Regardless of what anyone comes to say to you, they try to do to you, do the right thing. Vote for 45. Make them 47. Let's save this country and pay attention down ballot because he cannot do it alone. He needs help. Put the right people in down ballot. Let's get Trump back in the office. Hell, we ain't even got to go back to D.C. We can have the White House be in Mar-a-Lago now. You know what I'm saying? Let's just make it happen. So
sounds good, man. What's your name?
Right, Protocol.
Nice to meet
you. Yeah, DJ Protocol, ladies and gentlemen. That was gangster, you know what I'm saying? So we appreciate that, and we appreciate what you do, man. And it's so important. And I wanted to kind of dovetail that to what's going on in Georgia, man. You live in a state that is so important and highly contested that In these last couple weeks, 3 weeks, both presidential candidates are spending a lot of time there. So, what's going on there from a man on the ground? What are you seeing? And
Fight,
before I'm
fight,
so
fight,
sorry. I
fight.
didn't mean to sandbag you. I didn't mean to sandbag you, dog. I got other
Fight,
stuff.
fight, fight. You know what I'm
Fight,
saying?
fight,
Like
yes.
it's a fight, 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 man. Like Georgia can go either way, and I hate to say that. I really hate to say that, but it could go either way, depending on what they do. Remember, guys, millions of votes was cast in 2020. Less than 12,000 separated the two for a win. Now we know we had Ruby Freeman and Shay, who performed their magical trick. We had the Chatham County Election Board that pulled some type of magical trick. They're going after the heavy populated areas, and they're going to use black people to try and hide behind the cheat. What we have to do, and this is what pisses me off right now with Republicans and people inside the Trump campaign, not Trump, but certain people will get paid to do a fucking job that they're not fucking doing. They're not galvanizing behind the black vote like they should. For them to for the black community to even cope with the idea of it's safe for me over here, they just want the right thing done. We've had time after time after time in this country where black people have been arrested for election tampering against other black people who were not a part of the establishment and just wanted to get things done for their community. We have plenty of black people who are stepping up and speaking out. You're dropping the ball on just highlighting and showing them so they know it's comfortable for them, because they really think it's a very uncomfortable situation over there. And I'm not going to lie, sometimes it really is. Sometimes it is. It is not just uncomfortable for black people. Guess what? It's uncomfortable for some white people too. I know plenty of young white people who are like, that Republican meeting, those old farts.
Fair.
And the fact that they feel that way is the reason why it's nothing but old farts. If we can get the younger crowd and we can get the minority crowd who feel the same way, who are vocal and they're saying the same thing that we're saying, because guess what? Now here's a little special flirt for you guys. Just like they'll use a Ruby Freeman and a Shay Freeman and the chick who was wearing yellow to pull the stuff from under the tables and go to the machine and feed it over and over and over and over again. Instead of you being the angry white person attacking those black folk, then you got you some black folk who's attacking them black folk. You ain't got to do, you just handle the lawyer work and file the paperwork. We'll kick ass over here. It's that simple.
Yeah.
But you missed the opportunities. You missed the opportunities because you're scared. You're scared that the younger people are going to take over. You're scared the minorities are going to take over. And now your safety in the structure is threatened. In your mind. So where you're fucking losing. So where you're losing. That's what's happening here. In Georgia, you asked about Georgia. Look, the Republicans are saying, hey, we need to make sure we got more poll workers. We need to have access to poll workers and poll watchers. And the Democrats are fucking suing, saying they're being racist and want to look over the fucking black people votes. So the fuck is going on right now in Georgia? And instead of you teaming up with certain people scared to cross the aisle, kind of fucking you're up under the greatest fucking negotiator in the history of negotiations when it comes to Donald J. Trump. And you won't even get you some pieces to play on the negotiating table. You better go get you a couple of the motherfuckers from over there who are at least willing to say, hell yeah, I fuck with what he's saying. Because now you got some leverage to help flip some other people. Oh, you fuck with it? What you mean, man? Talk to me. What you see, I don't see. Oh, man, Pete Game, this is what's going on, XYZ. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll go along with this deal. It's not a bad deal. Yeah, I'll agree with it. That's what the fuck this is.
It's like someone in your position is so valuable because it's that question. You could ask anyone, do you think I want to hurt the community? Do you think I'm out to hurt our people? Because if you don't, then at least hear me out. You know, if you don't think that, then hear me out for a minute. Because I'm not making my shit up. And you realize so much of it. I've been trying to dig a little bit into mainstream media to try to understand these folks. And it just comes down to a different story. It really, really does, man. They're just not getting all the information, and it's a different story. And it's at the point where Trump is becoming cool. Speaking of the young that you were talking about, it's becoming almost cooler to support Trump than Kamala. Kamala is like hitting that nerd mom thing, and Trump is that rebel kind of that jack off that you like. You know what I mean? That CEO, like what he was on Apprentice. Like he's finally, I think a lot of it is, okay, they've had so long to try to paint him, but the inverse of that is that he has had time for us to get to know him finally. And for the people who never watched The Apprentice, who didn't know Trump before, you know what I mean? Now they get it, and now they're starting to see Trump is cool, man. Trump is like got a Vince McMahon style to him. And quite honestly, for president, maybe that Vince McMahon style is what I like. And then you can look and see him chilling with Vince McMahon and be like, okay, I see that. You know what I mean? Boom, M in the building.
What's up,
look at that picture. Wow.
I can't see the pictures. I don't know what's going on. Facebook, like, it's not, man. It's hating.
She just looks like, normally she looks like she's ready to punch you. You know what I'm saying? Or she's ready to hit you in your face. And then she's
interesting.
Like, she looks nice and lovely now. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
I got something that I want to share.
Boom.
It's so funny that you say what you said, because I wanted to talk about this, and this is the perfect segue. So thank you. I need 1:38 of your time. Let's go.
Yes.
Hello, this is Donald Trump from Mr. Cohn. Thank you so much.
Donald who?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Roy Cohn, nice to meet you.
Leroy Cohn, you're brutal.
Guilty as charged.
How do you always win?
There's rules. The first rule is attack, attack, attack.
It's going to be the finest building in the city, maybe the country, in the world.
Rule 2, admit nothing, deny everything.
There's never been anything like this, of this magnitude, this quality. Ooh, cheese balls over here.
What are you doing?
You want one?
No, it looks totally disgusting.
Cheese balls.
Rule 3, no matter what happens, you claim victory and never admit defeat. You have to be willing to do anything to anyone to win. You have a big ass. You got to work on that.
Your face looked like an orange.
Attack, attack, attack.
Deny everything, admit nothing.
Never admit defeat.
What if you lost your fortune today?
Well, then maybe I'll run for president. I don't know.
I say, if you're indicted, you're indicted.
So
very nice. Very well done.
So I did you know about this movie?
No, I didn't know about it at all.
Bro, neither did I. It just again watching YouTube.
I'm sure you. I'm sure you're in the Trump algorithm. Absolutely, you know.
Yeah, bruh. I was like, wait a minute. What is this? What? And I didn't know how to take it. Like I didn't know how to take it. I didn't know.
We should watch Party That. Because I've been dying to do a watch stream. We haven't done a watch along in a long time. It'll be a Rumble exclusive. Maybe what you call it. We'll check it out. So
maybe not Rumble. Maybe we'll have to do. Maybe that's one we'll have to take the kick. Maybe that's what we'll have to take the
they'll
kick.
let you. People live stream on Rumble anytime. Anyway, this is Emily right here. This is what she normally looks like. By the way, shout out. Never a chance to miss tomorrow morning, guys. If you're up at 6:30 in the morning, dial in. Me, Reef, from the Haram Life podcast, and then Emily herself right there, do a morning show. So, but that's what Emily normally looks like. So to see her looking all like Mother Teresa, you know what I mean? A professional, all nice and stuff like that. It's like, whoa. So anyway, yeah, man. So very well done. Dude, I want to watch this, man.
Yeah.
Apprentice.
Yeah, look, yeah. You kept saying Apprentice, and I was like, you know what? Dude.
I wonder what it makes him out to be like. I wonder if it makes him out to be like, because if it stops before the presidential, if it ends with him coming down that escalator, he's a gangster. He's a rock star. He's a hero. Because it wasn't until then that they started rocking him, you know. So
yeah, man. So like I just seen this and was like, all right, I got to dig into this because this is interesting.
Heck yeah.
And then just some of the things that he was saying, like Robert Cohn was saying, was like, it was wild. It was really wild. You guys go back and watch that trailer. Watch it with intent and listen. Just listen to the trailer. Just listen to the cuts that they were using to build this trailer. It's really can go either way, bro. It could go like, this could be good for Trump, or this could be one of those they're trying to take a stab at him. Like, even because the way that they mentioned the indictment, oh man, it was crazy, bro. Yeah. Go back and listen to that on your own time, guys.
Heck yeah.
And pick it apart. Oh man.
I think we should check it out, and if we like it, we should watch Party It.
Okay.
How about that? I'm trying to watch Party.
No, we could. I'm definitely down for watch partying it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm definitely down for watch partying it.
Heck yeah.
I just don't, because it's something that's in theaters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, on that level. Yeah, still Rumble encourages that kind of behavior, just so you know. But anyway.
Okay. All right.
Roy Cohn, Juan Perón, and Toscanini, and that crone. I don't know. Okay. Yes. All right. Names. John Paul, George Ringo. All right. Steve, Bob, Rob, and Joe. Rock on. I appreciate the contribution to the chat. Let's see here. F the indictment. He beat all the charges. They should stop talking about it. Chameleon, I don't necessarily disagree that that he beat all the charges. I think that this is one of those things that's going to ultimately be a win for us. This is going to go down in the history books as political persecution and the Democrats getting far over their skis and that kind of thing. So
we got to get the fucking office to make some shit happen about it, though. Like, we cannot keep sending these sick dick bastards like fucking, what's that bitch from over in South Carolina? What's his name? Lindsey Graham. We can't keep sending fucking punk motherfuckers like Mitch Cocaine McConnell, aka the Turtle, who around here freezing and shit on the goddamn game. We can't keep sending them back to Congress.
Correct.
We got to get in the game and send some real motherfuckers in there.
Well, that's why that's why it's not wrong to say that the MAGA movement has kind of co-opted the conservative movement, if you will, or at least the Republican movement.
We're trying. Take it from a MAGA conservative who was in the the inner workings and inner movings of the Republican Party of Georgia, and by extension, national. Look at me. Look at me.
What?
It's a fight. It's a fight. Because they ain't conceding power at all. And they playing dirty. They playing dirty. We got to keep the course, and more of us got to get involved. If that's what we're going to do, if we're truly going to co-op it, it's going to take more of us. We got too many precinct chairs open. Too many. All across the country, too many precinct chairs open, especially in the hood. Y'all don't look. On another conversation, we'll talk about what I think the hood needs to do when it comes to the Republican Party. We'll talk about that. The winning strategy. If only I had some more cool young white folk that's really like, I bet. The ones that don't mind going to the hood, they rather go to a hood party anyway. You know?
Yeah.
I need them. I need more of them. Gotta get active.
Well, and that's, I think, that's okay. So this is, how do I say? Okay, so JD Vance. Sorry, let me just hit the words popping into my head. So
Okay.
JD Vance would be the first thing, right? This is why Trump, because Trump is not dumb. And he's like, okay, my base are people like this. Look, I grew up in a single parent home, never met my father. I know what it is to go without electricity and gas sometimes, right? So does JD Vance. I have never in my life seen a politician literally that could be this high up in the world that went through the same shit I did, literally, and go, yeah, my mama was never strung out. She had her problems. You know what I mean? I had to go away and come back sometimes, but it was, deal with stuff. But, growing up in a very poor home, you know what I mean? Being one of those whites that is pretty much ignored. But that's the East Palestine people. That's a lot of these North Carolina people in the hurricane and close to you in the hurricane. And those are the people that are hood adjacent. They're living the same. We live the same. Like one thing
I'm
I can
glad
tell
you
you.
said that.
Yeah,
'Cause,
but being
you
a poor
know,
white dude, you get accepted when you go into the hood and you're like, yeah, no, I know what Dollar Tree is, man. Look, if you pay attention, you can get the $1.25 items for $1. You know what I mean? It's like, come on now.
bro.
Like
What
let's go
I'm
sell our food
coming
stamps 50 cents on the
to
dollar and go buy cigarettes. You know what I'm
to
saying?
your point. To your point, what I'm coming to like, and you know how I feel about Vance, that there's still a reserve there.
See, we
But
haven't
what
talked
I'm
since the
liking,
debate. I was hoping the debate,
what
like,
I still even then, because even at the debate, he came off a little too, and I was like, I don't know, man. It still don't. But I will say this, and this is his winning grace for me right now. This is his winning grace for me right now. Okay? If something happened to someone that didn't happen to him, and you know what? This is what is giving him even more points, because out of all the things they are trying to paint JD Vance, one thing JD Vance does not have is a nigga tape or blackface picture. Okay, or no KKK hood. Like, he has none of that. By now, this shit would have popped out. They have none of that, but they have allegedly Mark Robinson saying he's a black Nazi. So for them to have this for the black guy, and they don't have this for the white guy, that is a major win, right? Because that is a tape that they could truly use right now. Like, they know, and we're going to talk about this soon, but they are hemorrhaging the black vote in the Democrat Party. All right. Listen, guys, you're like, why do you keep mentioning black vote? Why keep? Because it's the black vote that they use, again, to win places like Georgia, to win places like Pennsylvania and Michigan, right? They pad the numbers in the heavy Democrat precincts, the black precincts, and then they hinder you from looking at the vote. They hinder you from looking at the vote because they're hiding behind, oh, you're being racist. And I'm sorry, how many of those states that I mentioned just now, they both need in order to win? I'm just saying, guys, Why do you keep mentioning that? Because it's fucking important. That's why.
Atlanta and Philadelphia are considered some of the hubs of black culture in America. Detroit is in Michigan, battleground state. You know what I'm saying? Let's
Like, come on, guys. Like, we cannot be that naive. You cannot run away from it. You need to have those conversations. Don't be scared to have them, because that's the only way. You have to remove voters from their ranks. You have to. You have to. So,
And would you say that I almost think it's easier to take somebody who's poor, disenfranchised in a way, who's maybe a Democrat, and convince them to come over than maybe, like, say, a rich white liberal? Because if I'm a rich white liberal right now, my interest is in Kamala and keeping things as they are. If I'm happy, I don't want change. I want Kamala because the only change she's going to give me is more of what I have now. And I like that because for me, I'm doing well. And the problem is that's maybe 12% of the United States right now. So the other 78% of us, of all races, colors, creeds, and I feel like the most dyed in the wool who don't want to change and will never change their vote are them. And I feel like if you go to, poor white folks and poor black folks that are historically Democrat, and it's happening in the Latino community too right now as well, and you're like, hey, look, I mean, I feel like if I don't know. What do you think? I feel like if you go up to someone and go, look, clearly neither party has ever cared about you. You were born to one parent, no college degree, that had to work 3 jobs, right? And the best you can do is, you got no health care. You live in a crappy apartment. The best you can hopefully do is become a manager of a Walmart. And no matter how you vote, none of this is ever set up to help you. Something that blew me away. This is what Democrats do, by the way. Something I noticed no one's talking about. And this is one of those, if we caught it and ran with it, it would do a thing. The problem is we're so opposed to anything that sounds liberal. Do you realize that the minimum wage hasn't been raised in over 10 years?
and yes, because I know Democrats personally that harp in on this.
Okay, but this is what, okay, fair, but wait, hang in there with me, because I'm going someplace with this.
Let's go.
They change. This is what they do, because it's all about the idea, right? This Marxist thing of the idea. And now the whole thing is, I'm going to fight for a better tomorrow, even if I never see it. So they're going to lie and tell you, give your life for some bullshit. And if it never happens and I get your shit, well, then I win. Here's the thing about it. They don't talk about minimum wage anymore. They talk about a living wage. What is this magical number no one can agree on? So we can say we're fighting for you to have a living wage that no one can even agree what the hell a living wage is. It's kind of like the Sound of One Hand Club. What is black culture? What is white culture? Well, if you get me off into these questions, I never get back to the point that African Americans are different than Native Americans. And while there are African Americans here, there are Native Americans that are considered black people that have been disassociated and cut off from their culture and what's rightfully theirs in America. That's why it's reparations, right? So bringing that back around in a way, it's kind of the same thing because it does come down to money. But a living wage is an idea that we can argue with. You know what I'm saying? And back and forth on. And then we never have to actually go, okay, this whatever. What is it? $8 an hour now? I don't know. And I'm not trying to be
$7.25.
Oh my God, who can live on $7.25?
No one. No one.
Yeah. So that's before COVID. You know how things have gone up. You can't even get a value meal for $7.25. You barely can get a gallon of gas for that. You can't get 2. So it's like, so what they're going to do is fight, quote unquote, for a living wage. So they're going to make up an idea and a term that no one can agree on, so it'll never get done. And they'll say they're fighting because you deserve a living wage. And they'll say something ignorant like $35 an hour to take out the trash at the Hilton Hotel, knowing that that's never going to be a thing, instead of going, you know what? If it's not $10 an hour, it's really hard to get anybody off their ass to do anything, and that's fair. So that's yet another way they play us, is by going, we need a living wage, not let's actually increase what people are forced to pay you to work for them. So Anyway,
Hold on, I'm about
it's
to
just
bring
me
Fred
dropping
up.
some science, man. We'll talk about it.
You're
Yeah.
dropping good science, man. You're dropping good science. I just want to, I just want to show this. So when people will be like,
Yep.
"What the hell
Absolutely.
are they?" Look, guys, we're speaking actual. Nobody's making up that it's 725. It's actually it's there. It's there. Hold on. We gotta. Now there are some other states. There are some states. I will say there are some states that are they're okay with it. Well, I ain't gonna say they're okay with it, but they're past the 725. Look, Hawaii. Hawaii got 14.
Nice.
Who's
They
that?
also have the biggest homeless rate.
Oh God. Illinois.
Oh.
Illinois got 14. Massachusetts and Maryland, they got 15.
Hold on, wait.
This is New York got 16,
Yeah.
of course.
You know my
Of
state.
Of course.
We
of
ain't moving.
course.
But Oregon, woo, them liberals.
And it's all because, like some of them they got them high fucking that's Washington. Washington at 16, 28. DC at
DC,
1750, of
DC,
course.
the highest in the nation. Yep.
And that's because they got high cost of living in those areas, so they have to
correct
course. They have the correct course.
Well,
but
and
it's still though, sorry to cut you, but
well, you're right.
That to live comfortably, just all your bills paid and food comfortably, you need $25 an hour in this, and that's in modest areas, because there's some places where, and that's somewhere where your rent, let's just say your rent is $2,000 a month. You need $25 an hour.
Yeah,
rent at $2,000 a month. Okay,
because at $15 an hour, what you're making $3 a month. And then after taxes, you're maybe bringing home 25, 24. So what, you pay $2,000 a month in rent, you have $400. That's gas. And then boom, you're not eating any food. You don't have a phone.
Your car insurance ain't paid.
And that's $15 an hour. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so,
yeah, man.
Here's the bad thing. You want to know what's worse? Trying to get rent some places, you need to show them that you make 3 times the rent. Oh, it's horrible out here in these streets. And people think this is okay. This wasn't Trump. No. This was not living under Trump. This Biden him.
It's frustrating because people don't understand the effects of the economy, right? We get a bunch of good paying oil jobs. That creates a bunch more restaurants and hotels and a bunch of car sales, which creates more tire companies. You know what I mean? It creates more bars and shake and tea shops and clothing stores, because those people get married and have babies and create more business. And that's the frustrating thing when they're like, oh, well, Trump's economy plan has us going into bigger debt. It's like, yeah, but what debt for what? Right? It's like, if you tell me we're going to take all your American tax dollars and put it in debt for war, and we're going to put it in debt for magical programs to help the poor that never, still to this day, don't help the poor, I'm going to say no. But if you say, we are going to give you breaks, we're going to lower your tax rates, we're going to allow you to make your own money, and we're going to open up the job market for you, it's a different game altogether. Unless, look, first of all, I'm going to bring this up, but I want to let you know he's not referring to you. And the reason he's not referring to you is because his predecessor and his vice president told you clearly you were not black because you didn't vote for him. Okay. So when this man drops the whole black men, lecture he's about to give, he's not referring to you. Okay. You don't get to be
Bring it on.
Are you ready? That's okay. I wanted to get your bam. Oh, Messiah. Mystery Brown Messiah coming to save us all. All right.
Communities is that we have not yet seen the same kinds of energy and turnout in all quarters of our neighborhoods and communities as we saw when I was running. Now, I also want to say that that seems to be more pronounced with the brothers. So if you don't mind, just for a second, I'm going to speak to y'all directly and say that when you have a choice that is this clear, when on the one hand you have somebody who grew up like you, knows you, went to college with you, understands the struggles and pain and joy that comes from those experiences. He's had to work harder and do more and overcome and achieves the second highest office in the land.
Oh, he got too long-winded. I didn't realize that one cut off. I'll find a better one. My bad, man. I'm sorry about that. How about I just be quiet, give you the floor? Is that okay? Would that be?
Put that video up there. Run it. You the DJ. Hey, yo, DJ, bring it back.
Okay.
Hey, run that joint. Hit me with the pause when I hit you.
All right.
We have not yet seen the same kinds of energy and turnout in all quarters.
Pause. We have not seen the type of energy and turnouts as we've seen, motherfucker, because you lied. And we know you lied. The brothers, press play.
Communities as we saw when I was running. Now,
hold up, wait a minute. I just seen something. Take it back to about 19 seconds. This nigga hit. Look at that shit. Did you see that shit? Did you see that shit? Wait a minute, nigga. Who you is? Who you think you know he didn't? Pause that motherfucker. Wait a minute. So you mad that we ain't show up to vote for Kamala like we did? Nigga, you was the first any type of darkness that has ever nigga, you was number 44. We done had 44. 44 of them things. 44, and ain't none of them had a year-round tan. Not a nail one of them.
That's true.
You the first opportunity for some year-round tan on a list of 44 peoples in a very prestigious position. Of course there was enthusiasm. Nigga, we ain't never seen this shit before.
It ain't happened. It
ain't happened.
And we were stoked.
Everybody
honestly,
was
we were all
stoked.
Yeah.
Everybody was stoked. This nigga was around here charismatic. That nigga had the sauce. He had the sauce, and it was fresh sauce. Now that sauce is dry and stale, and we ain't fucking with it. We ain't fucking with it. And you know that's why you gave us that old funky faggot ass look. Nigga, we know you fantasize with being in relationships with other men. You wrote the letter and you told your ex-girlfriend. Nigga, we know. Nigga, y'all like to mess with us when we talk about old Big Mike. Well, we know. We know. If you didn't check out Friday Night Flights this past Friday, I suggest you go check it out. It was a doozy.
Yeah. I was wondering. Yeah, man. We're trying to get into that, but as usual, we go along already, and then I want to.
Yeah, I see. We got to keep. I'm sorry, cause we got to press play, cause he said some shit that I got to
Yes.
chop at. Go ahead.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Now, I also want to say that seems to be more pronounced with the brothers.
Okay.
More pronounced with the nigga. You ain't no brother. You was cosplaying.
I'm just saying that's how a white person would say it. You know what I mean? If I was trying to be down, right? If I'm surrounded by black people in the hood, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, I gotta be honest, guys, we're just not seeing it turn out. And he sounded almost uncomfortable saying it. It's like, aren't you a brother, sir? You know, like I would be like, we need the brothers to come out. That's if I was uncomfortable, I would say that. You know what I mean? So,
with the brothers.
LS says, "If that Obama, not like us." He probably was never down with the play. LS has that second sight. Fair enough. So anyway, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I just had to pause and be like,
that's fine. I was fucking 20 years old at a HBCU, nigga. It was nigga. You goddamn right. I was running with the play. I was 20 years old, nigga. Fuck you mean? I ran with the play.
Most of us did, man, and it was a good play. Hey, look,
it was a great play.
They get you sometimes. They get you.
It was a great play.
What I think is beautiful is Trump is the end of that, and what we're actually seeing now is the end of the Obama era, which is also the end of the Clinton era. You know, to a certain extent.
The people who woke up and was like, "Boy, fuck no! I can't believe you hit us with that play."
Yeah,
I can't believe you. Look, you know what? I got to add this to my board. Go ahead and play. Go ahead and keep playing. I'll stop you. Go.
With the brothers. So if you don't mind, just for a second, I'm going to speak to y'all directly and say that when you have a choice that is this clear, when on the one hand you have somebody who grew up like you, knows you, went to college with you,
pause,
understands the struggles.
Take it back to, let me make sure I go after the right. Okay. I go after the right words. Right there.
Went to college with you.
Okay, no, back it up a little more.
Grew up like you.
There you go, yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Who grew up like you.
Pause.
I was waiting. That's the one.
Grew up like me. Nigga, I ain't never had no red dot painted on my forehead.
Hey,
grew
man,
up
how many
like me?
Go ahead.
Grew up like what? So, okay, listen. So because her daddy left her mama and her sister and her when she was 5, so her daddy left when she was 5. That's what made her grow up like me? Because her daddy left? Huh?
That's what I'm saying. How many years did you go to school in Canada? You know what I'm saying?
I'm on my way there. I ain't made it there yet. I ain't even made it there yet. I ain't made it there yet. Grew up like me. My mama ain't Indian. She ain't got no cousin jumping on dirty mattresses in the hood. Grew up like me. Get out my face with that bullshit. Grew up like me. How many homeboys got killed that she grew up with? How many funerals she went to? How many bullets at high school football games did she dodge?
Yep.
How many house parties she been to got shot up? How many times she been out in the club in the parking lot outside in downtown and some shooting shit happened? She ain't grow up like me.
It's true.
No. I don't want to hear that. No. She went to college with me. Nobody has answered my question yet, and I still need to know. Okay, she went to a HBCU. Did she have a minority scholarship?
Wow.
Somebody find out if she had a minority scholarship. I need to know. Because I know that it's possible. With the 2 HBCUs, I know it's possible. Somebody let me know. Press play. Grew up like me, motherfucker.
Went to college with you. Understands the struggles and pain and joy that comes from those experiences.
Pause.
Say, work harder.
Nigga, we ain't never washed no collard greens in the bathtub. My mama would whoop my ass if I took some collard greens in the bathtub and washed and say I'm about to feed her them. You lost your damn mind. You lost your everlasting mind. Man.
What about all the struggles of the people she locked up? You know what I'm saying? What about all the poor people she locked up?
We was on the way, bro, because he ain't finished.
No, I know.
He ain't
I
finished.
Yeah, my bad.
I'm just taking it piece by piece. We ain't finished. Press play.
You said to work harder and do more and overcome.
Pause. Work harder and do more. I had to lock up more niggas than ever been locked up before. As a DA and as an attorney general. I was gonna make sure that these niggas stay in jail and we misplace some all type of information so we can keep their asses in there because that's free labor. And oh boy, did she overcome. Ask Willie Brown. Play.
And achieves the second highest office in the land.
Paul, thank you. Let's stop. Good. Automatic, Paul. Achieved the second highest office of the land. That only happened because they needed to put a black woman next to Joe Biden. And what better black woman to put next to Joe Biden than the white woman who eviscerated his ass in the debate? Only for this bitch to come on TV later and say, it was a debate. It was a debate.
Man.
Nip you dip the nigga.
I just look, man, you know they're struggling when less than a month out they are busting out Obama. You know what I mean? And they're busting out Clinton. They got Clinton out too now, saying some stupid stuff, but and I'm just like, you understand, Clinton would have made it in the Me Too era. Clinton wouldn't have made it in the cancel era now. Like, he would be considered so evil and vile. You know, and look at what they hemmed Trump on, who didn't even come close to that. So I find that funny, man. But you know, that's neither here nor there. So, Obama is a headache, man. I do want to get to this just because, it's just me brought it up, and this is actually very interesting. I don't know, were you aware? There's two more things I want to get to. This, and then there was something that just dropped. I just saw like 3 hours ago, and that is about, do you know about the Border Patrol people endorsing Trump? Did you hear about that?
Yeah, he mentioned that today during his rally in Arizona.
Yeah, some about that. Want to get to that, but definitely want to get to this because I haven't heard all that much about it. A Las Vegas man was arrested on Saturday at a checkpoint near former President Donald Trump's Coachella, California rally after being found with multiple guns, according to law enforcement. Let's see here, and thought we'll just hit play. All right, we see that. Come on now. What are we looking for? It's a huge long
just
line. I
showing
know
the
he
line.
was up.
Yeah.
It was like 200,000 people there. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's fucking Coachella, man.
You know.
It's Trump at Coachella. There's a huge rally going on in Duluth on October 23rd. And if I can get a flight there and back, I'll probably do it. If I can get a flight. I'm not doing a driving situation, especially not with him coming the exact day before.
And that's what I was gonna say. Aren't you gonna hang out with him like the day before, bro?
Yeah, but the Duluth one, and I don't really want to go because it's TPUSA.
Yeah.
But it's big.
Right.
Like this is a big rally.
And you think probably AK will be there, yeah.
Where?
Duluth, when he's in Duluth.
Probably not. It's in Georgia.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking Duluth, Minnesota. My bad. Sorry,
it's
sorry.
in Georgia. Duluth, Georgia.
Okay. So you're talking about just go. Oh, you're talking about flying in state. My bad.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I'm not.
That's what I thought you were like, man, I'm gonna fly to Minnesota the next day. I was like, dang. All right.
No.
Sorry, Duluth, Georgia.
No,
Duluth, Georgia.
Yes. Yes. I ain't looking at going out of state no time soon.
Fair enough. Unless, we got to. I'm kidding. All right. So this is the Border Patrol agencies endorsing Trump.
America, I have a message for you. If we allow Border Czar Harris to win this election, every city, every community in this great country is going to go to hell.
Wow.
The untold millions of people, unvetted, who she has allowed into this country that are committing murders, rapes, robberies, burglaries, and every other crime will continue to put our country in peril. Only one man can fix that. That is Donald J. Trump.
Woo!
He has always stood with the men and women who protect this border, who put their lives on the line for the country. A man who knows about putting his life on the line for what is right. This November, we have a choice to make. Continue the chaos, allow the criminal cartels to control the border, to allow drugs and fentanyl across our country, or put an end to it once and for all. On behalf of the 16,000 men and women represented by the National Border Patrol Council, we strongly support and endorse Donald J. Trump for President of the United States.
That was so awesome. And for those of you that are saying Kamala Harris was never the border czar, Kamala Harris was, allow me to get on my pro stuff, bam, and show some receipts, player. What? Rutroad Shaggy, what is this? What is this? This is House Resolution 253, 118th Congress, first session. And what is it saying? It is saying that we'll skip a lot of it and just go down to the important part. Whereas on March 24th, 2021, Vice President Kamala Harris was named border czar in charge of leading efforts to stem migration across the United States-Mexico border. Anyway, I just wanted to show that because there's been this whole thing of Kamala Harris not being the border czar somehow, and her not, doing that. And I just wanted to show that there is literal hard evidence and factual paperwork that not only was she considered the border czar, there was a House resolution naming her and handing her that title.
You can't handle the truth.
It just blows me away, dog. It just like, what was the other one?
What was the date on that? Let's pull that back up. What's the date on that? What's
Oh,
the date on that?
November. Oh, whereas on March 24th, 2021.
March
wow.
24th, 2021. When did they assume the position of office?
2020?
January 20th, 2021.
21. Yeah, that's sorry. Yeah. Because the election. Yeah. So this was like 3 months in. Good night.
Good night.
She been doing this. Has been this whole thing.
This whole thing. Since the beginning. This was within what's the biggest earmark they look for in a early administration?
Action.
The first 100 days.
Yep. Well, that's absolutely correct. That's absolutely right. Wow.
And she was named the border czar within the first 100 days.
So, and I will, because it's Sunday, man, I don't mind hitting this, but I will say, kind of got it away, because if she hadn't done such a horrible job as the border czar, Donald Trump would have never had a chart to look at pointing out how much better he was than her at that. And his head wouldn't have been turned looking at that chart, man. That's all I'm saying. So in a way, in a weird, long, roundabout kind of way. So anyway, I know that's awful, man.
It works, man. It works.
So we are coming up on the 2-hour mark. I knew you'd have a lot to do. And, I got a lot tomorrow. Anyway, what do you want to talk to the people about? What did we miss? What are we leaving out for tonight?
I don't even know what we leaving out.
I was trying to make
the crowd
come back, be tight, handle things. You'd be like, man, Mike is on it. Okay. My boy is on it.
Look, you definitely you definitely did that, my guy. You definitely did that.
Well, and this was a fun one. I was honestly looking forward to this. The one thing I wanted to talk about, kind of that's not on anybody's official radar, is voting itself. Yeah. And I thought about how something, I think, if you are in a contested place and you think it's it, or if you just want all of the votes in your area and community to count, something you can do is ride share. Maybe there's some people that don't have a car. Maybe there's just some naturally lazy people that if you're like, dog, look, I'm coming to pick you up. It's if you got the 7-Eleven app, it's $1 super big gulps. You're like, dog, I'm coming to pick you up, and I'm I'll buy everybody big gulps, but I need you and your cousin, or you and your brother, or you and your auntie, or whatever, the two of you in this house that would not go out and vote. I'm gonna come get you and spend $2 on soda, and and take you to the polls. I just need you to make sure you're registered to vote, or we can even do that online right now. But I think it's that kind of thing.
Them deadlines. Check in on your local deadlines, because them deadlines is deadlines. I know you can't register in Georgia anymore. The deadline is over. So check your deadline with your state.
That's It's tricky for us active folks.
Less than 30.
21, I think. Yeah. So I think it's on voting day. If you know somebody that needs a ride, if you know somebody who you think would be willing to vote, I personally think, because I got a couple friends that work at nursing homes, man, hit up the nursing home. There's a lot of conservative folk in those nursing homes that are very Trump supportive, but nobody cares. They can't get to a voting machine. They can't get to a poll, and they would love to spend a day. You get 2 or 3 folks from a nursing home. They would love to spend a couple hours out of the home, going to vote, hanging out. It would be a big deal to them. And think about it: if 20 or 30 people did that, you could change an entire county district at poll.
Well, they
polling
already
station.
do that, and it has changed polls
Well,
in elections.
harvesting those, but yeah, that's true. So we should do it on our side, right? That should be the thing.
We should. That is something that has been talked about, but I don't believe in taking advantage of those who are able to be taken advantage of. Stupid people who will go vote just because you do buy them something to drink, and they're not voting because they had a plan to vote. They're only voting because you're giving them a free hamburger and French fries, right? Like, it's like, no, I need I need the educated voter. Like, we should have been working hard on educating people and educating voters on what it is, and still working hard, especially to those ones who are already eligible to vote and are being vocal about voting. But are you serious with it? Like, you're still voting, but you don't know the weather can be manipulated. And you're arguing me down about the weather being manipulated, but the people who you're voting for are voting for bills that deal with weather manipulation.
Literally. Right. Not even weather manipulation regulation. So it's not even an argument of whether it exists. It's an argument of how much control the government will let you have over your ability to manipulate the weather. Come on, man. It's hilarious.
What up, Cannon?
Uh-oh, the man is in the building. Man, we were shout out Cannon. We were just talking about how epic you and Pro's collab show was. Thank you for that, man. It was epic. Appreciate you guys. Cannon Hotep, one of the most powerful people doing podcasting on the internet today. Make sure you check him out. Go follow Cannon Hotep.
All right. Shouts out to Big Bro.
For sure.
Yeah, man. Like, it's getting those people educated properly when it comes to voting, because so many people are ill-advised and miseducated when it comes to the responsibility of what voting is and what government is. And because they're so disenfranchised from it, because they're so snapped away from it, fucked up things is happening. But we grown. And this is things that is on the responsibility plate of actually being an adult. This is adulting. That's just what it is. We have to pay attention, or we will be fucked like we are right now. So come on, man. Like, get educated. It's okay. You've been voting. You haven't voted for, the ones now. We can start now. And then this coming election, unless you've already early voted. If you early voted, then you stupid son of a bitch. I don't like early voting. I hate early voting. I hate early voting with a passion. I think the only early voting that should take place is the absentee voting. If you know that you're going to be out of town, then okay, cool. Put in your absentee ballot, because you're going to be absent from actually being able to vote in the polls on election day. That's just my take on it. Fuck early voting and all this. So we need to early vote.
Can I ask why?
Fuck you and fuck that.
Not challenging you. I just know a lot of people have a lot
of
opinions, and I want to know why you feel that way, just so folks understand. They get an idea.
It gives a person time to ballot harvest. It gives a person, okay, well, their numbers are looking this right here, so we need to go and get as many of these ballots right here as we can get to fix that, flip that.
Right.
That's it. I believe that election day should be a holiday. I really believe election day should be a holiday. I think that everybody should be off. I think that everybody should be out of school. And I think that, look, time is to go and vote. Here you go. This is voting day. Everybody's off. Go do your duty. You don't have to worry about nothing. And it should be PTO. It should be PTO. It should be paid time off. I think that the paid time should come in effect after the U.S. government doing something with federal taxes that give a tax break or something to those businesses so that they don't have to worry about eating the costs. So
Yeah, we didn't
I
even.
feel you, Cannon.
Yeah,
feel you,
I
Cannon.
agree. Cannon talking about we finna get a event on election day. I agree. And in fact, speaking of that, Oklahoma City, it just hit us. Something I didn't even get to get into tonight that I'm still kind of investigating. But did you hear they arrested a guy here in Oklahoma City who was an Afghan refugee who had direct ties and was working with the CIA, who was arrested for an election day suicide bombing plot in Oklahoma City? Because, once again, the only state to carry all 77 counties for Trump 3 elections in a row, historically, the only state to ever do that for any candidate ever is Oklahoma. And if you want to hurt Trump supporters, this is you know what I mean? Look, man, you know what I
And
mean?
Florida.
You
Look,
want
I
frogs, you go
I
to the frog
believe
pond.
they sent Milton, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They pump Milton up to do some things just to displace some people.
So,
people.
and then stuff that they have, and I can give you a little inside information here because of who I know and who I'm related to and stuff. But they had a high school dude who was also a part of the plot. So he was working with the Langley. Yeah, man. I'm digging in a little bit. I don't want to mention it too much tonight because I don't know too much yet. I figured next week I could get into it a little more. Because I am just digging right now. But he was working with the CIA directly, and then he had this plot. And I'm trying to figure out, and then I know one of his accomplices was somebody here. So I'm digging into that to figure out what's going on, and I'll have a little more of that because the CIA stuff I just discovered yesterday. I was like, what? So, yeah. So,
yeah, man.
Yeah,
I seen rumblings and mentions of that. That may be one of the stories I fall asleep looking at tonight. That and Buddy at Coachella, but like that's, whew, it's a lot.
I can just say, man, one, I almost thought for a second that's almost a psyop because you understand in Oklahoma, that is sounding a legit alarm. You know what I mean? Even the liberal contingent here in OKC and in the Oklahoma area knows better than to get that riled up about it. You know what I mean? Because they know how real we are. You know what I mean? Imagine a lot of pro level folks like minded. They may not be as strapped up, as well trained, but they're all on your team and they all think like you and they all carry, so yeah, man, letting us know in our state somebody was planning that, especially after Murrah building in a small state and his grander small community overall. Yeah, we don't play that. We don't play that. Sounds nostalgic. Exactly. We don't play that. In fact, yeah, we're already, there's I signed up, we're poll watching. You know what I mean? There's wait, and like we're doing a thing now where if you're armed, you can stand in a certain area. And if you're not armed, you stand in a different area where you can be closer. And we're setting it all up, man. We're setting it all up because we ain't playing that. If you want to vote into Oklahoma, I can give you a guarantee you will be safe. We're not doing that. Trust. Anybody wants to act up in Oklahoma on voting day, it's going to go down. So, and I thought that's what I really want to get into kind of next week, depending on the news, is, what happens after. What do we think, assuming Trump is going to win, which we're pretty sure Trump is going to win. So, yeah. Anyway. Yeah, brother. All right, man. So do me a favor. Tell them where they can find you, when they can find you, what you got coming up this week. What can we look forward to following
All
Pro?
right, man. I'm out here in these streets. I'm on Twitter. Some people call it X, at Seaport Pro. I'm over on Instagram at Seaport Pro. Catch me on Rumble. You probably watching me on Rumble right now. I hope you are. Protocol, PRO, the number 2 KLL. It's like it's spelled right there. You see it right there? Right there. That's how you spell it. Right there. Got a lot of things going on. Got an interview. Got a special interview going on tomorrow.
We forgot to talk about it. Yes.
It's all good. Special interview going on tomorrow.
You're dealing with the BBC. You've got that
yeah,
BBC.
Man. I'm internationally known. You know what I'm saying?
It's
internationally known.
I mean, I think you need to make sure that your BBC stays, tucked and tight. You know what I mean?
I have my big black carbine is locked up in its case over there. Okay,
right.
I'm not gonna I'm not gonna take it out and put it all over the camera. It may be offensive to some people. Some people are scared of big, long black objects.
Look, man, I know the
I'm not
BBC
gonna.
is very effective. It's fathered 4 children. That's a powerful BBC.
Oh man, no, look, the BBC has fathered. Look, there's BBC Africa and BBC Asia, BBC America, BBC UK. I'm just glad to be recognized.
Really,
as a,
BBC's all over the world. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
BBC's everywhere. So I'm glad that the BBC recognized a brother like me to want to speak and have my voice shared.
It's about
around
time
the
your
world.
BBC gets out there. You know what I'm saying? Pause. He gets it. He gets it. I'm sorry.
Oh man,
dude.
So-
By the way, I'll also shout out Awesome. First of all, it's about time you get the love. It's about time you get recognized for what you've been doing for the better part of literally now a decade. It's what people don't see and respect. You've dedicated damn near 10 years of your life. And as a lot of people know, what it takes, what it costs when you decide to walk the road you've walked. So all respect there. Can you tell us a little bit about the format, what they're asking you about, that kind of thing? What
I
we
don't
can
even know. I
expect?
just, hey, you're black, you're a Trump supporter. What's it like? What's life like? Yeah, and go from there. You know me. I'm just shoot at me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna make it do what it do.
You're going to swing around your BBC interview for everyone who wants to see it. And hopefully some people will even feel it. And maybe some will even embrace your BBC interview. You know what I'm saying? It's
Pause, Granddad.
They'll want more of your BBC interview. Maybe they see your BBC and they just want more and they feel like, if I could just get some more protocol BBC interviews. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. Kamala said, don't do the interview. She was like,
Do not come. Do not come.
But then Pro was like,
I'm going to come.
sorry. I'm sorry. I love it, man. That's awesome. Are you there? Hello?
Yes, I'm here. All I have to say is
Gay!
I didn't say I was interested.
That's all I had to say. That's all I have to say.
Do you know the song? There's actually a song about the BBC. That Mike Myers did. No, they really. Camille said they tried to wipe out the red states, right? So, but thank goodness for the BBC. You know what I mean? Making sure that they were strong in the red states. You know what I mean? Keeping the info out there. I'll stop. I'm sorry. You got to stop me, dude. I can't.
2 hours and 18 minutes in. We're going 18 minutes over, and this is where he wants to go. This is where he decides to take.
We always want to leave people with happiness.
Comedian.
That's fair, man. I want you to stay in control of your BBC interview. That's all. Anyway, all right, ladies and gentlemen, Pro's got
Somebody
a big
get
interview.
this man.
Somebody
Come get him, Amy.
have to help me. Pro's got a huge interview tomorrow. We are very excited about that. I'm sure just like his last interview, there will be viral clips that will go viral. Please look out for them and share them yourself. We're excited about that. I'll have them on my social. He'll have them on his. Millions of people will have them on theirs too, but you could get it from the source. You could say you were one of the originals that watched it here. What else do you have coming up this week?
This week is Pope Palooza. What else do I have this week? It's getting crazy because we're getting we're getting close to election time. Also, I got to call. Damn it, I ain't heard from my boy. Something else supposed to be going on too with the Trump campaign. So I don't know. I'll find out and I'll let y'all know. Just stay tuned to the socials. We're getting ready for next week because next week is a very, very big week. Next week is homecoming.
Woo!
So yeah, all that. So and not only is it homecoming week, it's also my birthday week, and Trump will be back in Savannah. And it's just gonna be down. It's going down. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be a very, very crazy and fun time. So strap in, get ready, brace yourselves. Whole lot of fun coming. Whole lot of fun. Whole lot of fun. Can't stop this feeling. Take that. Take that.
Hell yeah. Or even I just know you never get enough is why I do it for you. You know what I'm saying? So
correct.
Anyway, that is awesome. Thank you guys so much. And then if you're up early tomorrow morning, check us out. The MRE show with Reef and Emily. And then Tuesday night, I'll be back at it with PT Pod. And yeah, guys. And then please, more important than anything else, other than following me at FW Mike and following Pro on Twitter as well, make sure you check out Friday Night Flights. It's a great show. It's a fun hang. A lot of really cool, smart people in there. It's literally the kind of chat where you could drop some opposite stuff of what is maybe being taught, and no one's going to attack you. You know what I mean? Pro will let you know. Be ready to be educated. So, but, you know, it's awesome. And once again, Cannon Hotep, got to check him out as well. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. What do you want to leave the people with, Mr. Protocol?
Yeah. Look, man, every chance you get, tighten up. Tighten up, young blood. Every chance you get, tighten up. Crack open a book. Go read some laws. Watch a few podcasts of a few smart people, right? No sex cast. None of that. Watch some real smart people, some actually achieved smart people. Sharpen yourself. Learn a new skill. And just tighten up, young blood. Every chance you get.
Learn. And I want to let you know, definitely we want smart voters, but, you know, it's that point in the night. If the election were a nightclub, you know what I'm saying? It's 12:45 and maybe all the hot chicks are spoken for. You may not be that smart. You may not know that much. But if you're down to vote for Trump, I say still vote for Trump. You know what I mean?
If you're going to
we'll
go
educate
vote,
you
go
in the
vote
next
for
4
Trump.
years.
Yes. Yes, but I need you to get educated because, listen.
That's true.
No more food. No more dummies out here. We leaving dummies behind. We're all being educated voters who know what the fuck is going on. We checking them. That's just, you know, look, I told you before, I feel like voting like I do people with driver's license, man. I think there's certain tests that need to be given. And I think that these tests should be administered every 10 or 15 years to make sure they still understand the rules of the road, because some rules of the roads have changed.
That's true. That's true. And you have to be a way more defensive driver, what with all the people without driver's license. That's another thing altogether anyway.
All that stuff. All that stuff. So, yes, I think that voting and driving should be put on the same type of level when it comes to these things. And some type of tests need to be administered, and you need to be proficient in what you're doing. You can't just be, hey, I can see over the steering wheel and my age is 16, so I should be able to drive now. Like, fuck no. No.
You have to learn, how to do it properly. Agreed. One of the best ways to educate yourself is to check out Pro. You can go back and start out with any of his shows. We've done some good ones here with some debates. Also, of course, highly recommend Cannon in the chat right now. Check him out. And it's a whole new world. It's a whole new world. And everything you wonder, everything you are concerned about, the questions are all there. These brothers will answer the questions. I'll be there to answer as well. And everything is all there, man. You just don't know it yet because they have a vested financial and powerful interest in keeping it away from you. So educate yourself, as Pro says. He's completely right. Guys, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. This has been Rumble on Rumble number 42, The Return, and it feels so good to be back. And we will see you next time. I don't want to end the stream because it's so good.